Right, you know the score, lads. Imperial bringing you the latest bodybuilding news. And can someone please tell me what is going on with Nick Walker?
This is madness!
And on a side note, can someone name what recording that movie's from? Anyway, lads, it is madness because Nick has stopped competing. I said that he's wrapped it up for the year. But the way he's looking now, he's obviously had a little bit of a rebound, but he's staying extremely lean. And I'm not saying that he's ready to go on stage, but this is literally like 3 or 4 weeks out from a competition. Listen, he's still absolutely massive. And look, it's obvious. Anyone with half a brain cell knows that Nick is still fully blasting. And look, most of you are smart, so you know that when I say he's blasting, he's not just doing a simple TRT dose. But then what's the point? If he's not going to compete, why doesn't he just give his body time to rest and recover? Unless he's going to do another show. But the only other reason why I think that he's staying this big is simply to stay relevant. As you all know, in this day and age, you need to stay on social media, you need to stay active, and if you're not, people will just forget about you. And Nick Walker, let's just be honest, whether you hate him or you love him, he's the most popular bodybuilder in this day and age. But then listening to Nick, he doesn't come across like he does everything just for likes, because he genuinely just loves the sport. Anyway, Nick posted this on his Instagram with this caption, and I'm going to read it to you, and let me know what you think. And Nick goes on to say this. He says, "Yeah, I have an ugly structure. I have a wide waist. I'm not aesthetic looking. I'm not this. I'm not that. I wasn't born to be pretty. I wasn't born to be aesthetic. I was born to be a freak. I was born to stand out. I was born to have the wow factor. Sometimes you have to block out all the BS noise that is being said. Be who you really are and embrace who you are. Be happy with who you are because nobody controls your outcome but you. Embrace who you are and keep doing what you do. I am who I am. Love me or hate me, my work can never nor will be denied." And I love the way Nick hashtags it like we're still in 2014. And lads, look, I don't know about you, but this is why I love Nick Walker, because he just comes across as a real dude, whether you like his physique or you hate it. One thing that you have to admit is that Nick is just honest and he's real. And I think this is why he resonates with the fans so much. And I know that he comes across cocky, but I think deep down, he knows his limitations and he's very honest with himself as well. But going forward, we can all speculate. Listen to what Dave Palumbo had to say about Nick going forward.
I mean, Jim Manny's got $100,000. I mean, that's a lot of freaking money. Nick is probably in really good shape now. I've seen the pictures he's been putting up. He looks really good. Show up there, win New York, win Pittsburgh again, and then go to the Olympia. He's the most popular guy in the sport. Yeah, he's crazy not to do that. That's $100,000 with his name written on it there. Right. Establish your dominance at that show. Be the talk of the town. Knock out those 2 shows back to back. Win them both. Walk home with another $150,000 in your pocket, and then you can coast into the Olympia. Who gives a shit how you do with the Olympia? It doesn't even matter at that point. You made a ton of money for the year. You made $250 at the Arnold. You're going to make another $150 at those 2 shows. You're up to, that's a lot to you're up to. You're up to $400,000.
The Olympia is not that far off, and he doesn't have very much time. He can place
top 5 at the Olympia and wrap it up for the year. Who gives a shit if he wins or not?
So look, I agree with Dave. We all want to see Nick Walker compete, whether he wins or he loses. He just draws a crowd. But guys, if I'm honest, I think Nick Walker's using his head. He's just opened a gym. He's opened a supplement company. And at this moment, he's just thinking bigger and more long-term than bodybuilding. But let me know what you think. Do you think Nick's going to compete this year? Do you think he should give himself time off to refresh and recover? Let me know. Now, next up, we need to talk about a man that is going to be my underdog, my dark horse for 2026, and that is Joe Palasios. Joe recently posed at the Texas show just gone this past weekend, and he doesn't look that impressive, if I'm honest. He's sitting at 230 pounds-ish, and this is just a typical off-season physique. He looks like Fred Flintstone, just the average caveman. But under all this muscle, as you all know, is a serious physique. As you can see here, he was posing with Brett Wilkin in the centre left, and then Jordan Hutchinson to the far right, who I'm also a big fan of for this year. But out of Brett Wilkin, Joe Palasios and Jordan Hutchinson, Joe Palasios has the highest ceiling in terms of potential. And yet he's not without his flaws. He hasn't got the smallest waist. He could do a little bit more sweep on the quads. But lads, if we're looking at the transitions from front to side to back, he's very, very complete. and he's literally only been a pro for 2 years. But as I said, very complete. You look at him from the back double is solid, he's dense, he's wide, the glutes, the hamstrings, everything is in. And everything is where it needs to be. And all he needs to do is grow into his physique. I also love his lat tie-in. He's got these great lats that attach really low. They give him this aesthetic look and appeal. But at the same time, he's got massive potential to be a mass monster as well. So don't crucify me, guys. Just let time play out. And I guarantee you that we're going to see big things from Joe in the near future. Right, and next up we need to talk about Benois Gym, the gym that's just burnt down in Dubai. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, guys, this seems very suspect. The fact that the gym was burning all night, there was no fire sprinklers, and the gym was completely wasted. This was a massive gym. So it's obviously been burnt down, alright? Let's not sugarcoat it. The gym has been destroyed maliciously, whether it was for insurance purposes or not. But the type of people that go to this gym, there's three type of people. You've got the fake natties like Mike Thurston that lie to people for a living. That's what they do. And then you've got women that have got a deeper voice than me old man. And then you've got the influencers that just take pictures of their ass all day. These are the three type of people that went to this gym. So to say that it'll be missed is probably not true. And some of you might be saying, excuse me, Mr. Imperial Bodybuilding, but that's not very nice. Well, I know it's not nice, but these people literally wouldn't piss on you if you were burning. So I'm not hating on them, I'm not jealous. But Dubai is the biggest artificial place on the planet. Nothing there is real, from the fat sheikhs who don't do any work, who live off oil money, to the women that live there with the fake boobs, fake bums and fake lips. And now they're all crying on Instagram that they're not going to have a gym. But these people have more money than sense. And I'm pretty sure with the insurance scam, the guy that owns it will soon have a bigger gym, a better gym, which they can all go back to and enjoy the porta parties. And if you don't know what that is, go and Google it. But again, it just seems very suspicious to me that the whole building was literally destroyed. The whole gym was destroyed and not even a fire sprinkler was in sight. And this was all down to an electrical fault. I'm not having it, you might, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Right lads, and next up we have an update from your former 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath. And even though the gift has been retired for nearly 6 years, look at the size of his arms, the level of 3Dness, the muscle belly quality, it's all still there. So I have to ask you the question, if Phil was to turn it back up, could he make a comeback? And would he even make a statement at the Olympia? Because I think he would. I think he's that good that if he ever did decide to come back... Now look, I'm not saying that he's going to win the Olympia. I think he's too old and he's been out for too long. But if Dexter Jackson, the vampire, competed until he was 50, then Phil Heath at 46, guys, looking like this, I think it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility to see Phil come back and do maybe a guest appearance. I think we'd all love it. But let me know, would you like to see Phil come back just for one time? Right, and last but not least, lads, I want to finish off and ask you all a question. If both of them turn up 100%, I'm talking Michael Creo and Rafa Brandeo, then who wins? Both of them are going to be competing soon. Creo is looking like an absolute behemoth and a freak, as he always does. He's about 4 or 5 weeks out from a New York Pro. And for me, he's probably going to be the clear favourite. Now, let's say he goes up against Rafa Brandeo, who's going to be doing the Arnold Classic Brazil in just over a week's time. But Rafa is looking serious. He looks filled out from the Arnolds. And I know it's just Instagram. And look, these people are masters when it comes to filters. But he looks really good. But we know both of them are top pros, both top second tier pros. If both of them turn up to the Olympia at 100%, you've got Creo with that overwhelming size, the muscle bellies for days, and then you've got Rafa Brandeo with that demi-godly like shape and structure. Who comes out on top? The reason why I'm asking is because these are some of my favourite pros in the industry at the moment, and I really want to see them both put it together. But again, if both of them come at 100%, who comes out on top? Let me know. Lads, if you've liked this video, leave me a like, a comment and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.